Hi, this is Dan from Telnyx, and today I'll be giving you a demonstration on how to utilize our AI assistants. A specific use case will be returning, exchanging, or receiving a refund for any goods that a customer received and is maybe having issues with. After I give the demonstration, we'll then go over some of the configuration options and the best practices that you would want to use when actually going through that process yourself. So let's get started. I'll give our return assistant a call. I'll use this number or this button over here.
Hi, this is Roberto with Customer Returns. I'm here to help you with a return, exchange, or refund. Can you tell me what's going on with the item you received?
Hi Roberto, I bought a backpack and it came with a big tear.
I'm really sorry your backpack arrived with a tear. Let's get this sorted out right away. I'll just need to look up your order. Could you please provide your order number? If you don't have it handy, I can also find your order with your full name, email, or phone number used at checkout.
Yeah, my order number is 1234.
Thank you for providing your order number. One moment while I pull up your order details. While I'm doing that, would you prefer a replacement backpack sent out to you, or would you like a full refund for this order?
I'd like a full refund.
Thank you for letting me know. I'll process a full refund for your backpack. I've generated a prepaid return shipping label for you. Would you like the label sent to your email or as a text message? Once you receive it, please pack the backpack securely and drop it off at your nearest shipping center. Your refund will be issued to your original payment method within 3-5 business days after we receive the return. Could you let me know your preferred way to receive the return label?
By text.
Perfect. I'll send the prepaid return shipping label to you by text. Just to recap, I've sent your return label via text and you requested a full refund for the backpack. Please pack the item securely and drop it off at your nearest shipping center. Once we receive the return, your refund will be processed within 3-5 business days. Is there anything else I can help you with today?
No, that's all. Thanks. So as you can see, I just had the conversation with the AI, and let's just go over some of the options that we have here. On the top right, we have the create a new assistant. This is where you create a new assistant. And this page over here, as you can see, is just a quick summary of all the assistants that you may or may not already have. Under the create a new assistant, you will see 4 buttons per AI assistant. They are edit, call your assistant, receive a call from assistant, and delete. The edit button, keep in mind, it's the exact same layout that you will see when you create a new assistant. So when you create a new one, if you misconfigure or you miss something or you want to remove something, don't fret. You can just click on the edit button and then make the changes necessary to get the AI to work as you need, or add anything that you need to do. Under call your assistant, this is a great tool. This is what I used just now. And this tool allows you to call your assistant when you don't have a number attached to it, or if you just want to test your AI instead of having to make an actual call. This is a great tool. Make sure to use it once you configure your AI or make any changes to it, just to confirm the functionality. And then under receive a call from the assistant, this is, you can just give it a number to call and it would call that number, and then you can speak to it through an actual call. So let's click on edit. Under edit, first thing you'll want to do is give it a name and then select a model. Keep in mind we have quite a few models, between 35 and 40 of them. Some of them are open source and some are not. The open source ones we host ourselves, and the ones that are not open source, you will need to provide your own API key. Don't worry, this API key is encrypted, so to do that, simply go up here to the search bar and then select or search for integration secret. And under integration secret, you put your API key, it's encrypted, and then you can use it over here on the API key field. Under instructions, this is where you actually give the instructions and the call flow to the AI. So for example, under identity and purpose, you can give it a very quick summary of what it is, what it's supposed to do, maybe give it a name. It's up to you. Then you can also give it a personality, so sound empathetic, be confident, maintain professionalism, and then speech characteristic like speak clear, simple language, use polite and empathetic expressions. so on and so forth. And then under conversation flow, you can give it instructions on what sort of questions it should ask, if it has any conditions that it needs to be aware of. And then under greeting, this is the first thing that the AI is going to open with. So when you configure this, make sure to make it friendly and open and just a good experience for the person calling in for the first time. A good rule of thumb to do for the greeting is to open with a question. This throws the ball back into the customer's field for them to continue the conversation without the AI having to make any assumptions. Under dynamic variables, this is a really good field if you need to have any custom variables that we don't currently provide, or if you want to have your own variables down the line. So for example, we have a few pre-made variables such as this. If you input 2 squiggly lines, you get the current variables that we have. If they're not something that you want to use, or again, you have a custom variable that you would like to input, again, you can use these custom variables down here. Under this, we have the tools. As you can see, there's the hang up tool. The hang up tool allows the AI to actually hang up when it's appropriate. You can just make sure to tell the AI when it's best to do. Under add tools, we have quite a few. We have webhook, transfer, send DTMF, check availability, book appointment. These are all pre-made tools that you can use. Just make sure to input the information in the field. So for example, for transfer, you can input what it's going to transfer from. For example, if you can use this as well with the dynamic variables. If you do have a dynamic variable where it grabs the number from the person calling, you then input this variable in here, and then you can tell it where to then transfer the call. The webhook tool is a great tool if you have your own third-party database, or you have your own third-party sort of functionality that you want your AI to access. Just make sure to then click and then add the URL to that API, for example, if you're using some third-party API, or you would like to use our own Telnyx API, again, input it here. Up here we have voice. Voice is where you actually select what the AI sounds like. We have a few providers, Telnyx, AWS, Azure, and 11 Labs. And then the model, for example, for Telnyx, we have Kokoro, TTS, or we have Natural. Under voice, you can select the actual voice and what it sounds like. Before you select it, you can also play the voice. So for example, let's play this one.
It was the best of times. It was the worst of times.
It was the best of times. It was the worst of times.
It was the best of times. It was the worst of times.
And then if you want to also generate your own text to see what it sounds like in a specific situation, you can input it here and then click on generate speech, and you will have the same voices playing. Under transcription, we have 2 models currently. One of them is extremely fast, but it's English only, and the second one is multilingual. It's still extremely fast, it's just a little bit less quick than the English only transcription model. Under knowledge bases, this is essentially for you to provide context to the AI. So for example, if you have some sort of database that it needs to access prior to the call, or it needs to have some sort of information prior to the call, for example, if it's an AI assistant that's assisting with reaching some mental health services, you can add those over here, like the website, the number, whatever, and then you can pull up that information very quickly. Under max number of results, this is a good thing to set if, again, you have a large database and it's going to read a lot of different results for the customer or for the person calling. You can set a max number of results, for example, 3, and then it would read 3 results or 3 values from a certain field, whatever it's looking for. Under insights, this is a good tool to use at the end of a call. So what it does is that it sends you information such as a summary or sentiment or anything custom that you may need, any sort of variables that are gathered during the call that you would want to have after the call. Under calling, this is where you actually assign the number for this AI. This is the number that the user is going to call to. Or if you're making a transfer to the AI, this is the number that you will be transferring to. Messaging, if your AI needs to be messaging enabled to send and receive text, it would this is where you would assign the number. Advanced, this is where you can set the privacy retention with the data, so that's up to you. And then conversation history is you can see all the conversations that the AI has had, and you can have some extra insight when you click on this icon over here. And then you can see a transcription of the full conversation. If it is going to use any webhooks and APIs that you have set previously, you will see the API calls over here as well as the response. So if it's calling an API and it's receiving an error, you will see the response over here. You will know what the error is, and it's a good tool for you to use in case a call is not going how you expect it to, or it's running into some issues. Use this tool to debug. Under insights, this is where you will receive the insights that I spoke to before. So for example, sentiment or summary, or if you're looking for specific variables to receive after the call, such as the name of the person for your own archiving purposes, whatever you want to do with that information. Metadata, and then if you're using any dynamic variables, you'll see it over here. So I hope this was a good demonstration. I hope you got some good insight on how to configure your AI as well. We will be providing you some extra resources like some best prompting guidelines, etc. So if you need any assistance, also be sure to reach out to our support team. Thank you.